When it comes to landing a job, one of the first things you're going to need to do is actually land some job interviews. And chances are you're going to need multiple interviews in order to find the perfect match. This requires some real-world networking, and one of the best places to start is with your mentors. It might be a past professor from university or someone that you've worked with in the past, but ask them. Chances are they know you, your strengths and your weaknesses, and they might know some great fits for you. Ask them if they know any places where you can apply or any past people that they've worked with that they can recommend you to. Also, ask friends and colleagues. Those people you went to school with or people that you've worked with in the past might have also changed jobs, and they can alert you when there's job openings or opportunities. Belonging to a professional organization is also critically important in most fields. You might not think it, but these industry events are really useful. And as you build relations and get to know these folks over things like networking breakfast or evening educational seminars, you're going to build mutual respect and start to open up some doors. Make sure you go to these industry events, whether they're in your backyard or if they're conferences. These are one of the best ways to meet other professionals. And when they think of people, they're going to think of you because they've had multiple opportunities. When you go to these events, I always suggest try to connect with a few people, not the entire room. It's better to have meaningful conversation with just a few folks. Let them get to know you, what you're looking for, what opportunities. This is how those doors are going to open. This has been the case for me throughout my career. It's always a relationship, someone that you've met who's going to alert you to great opportunities. Also, when you get there, make sure you have professional business cards to exchange. You want people to be able to get in touch with you. These business cards should have all of the relevant contact information as well as a professional email address. And when you're there, don't act desperate. No one wants to hire or interview someone who's desperate for a job. Of course, they can know that you're looking and that you're open to opportunities, but you want to seem confident and ready to step in. This is where the opportunities are going to come from, so make sure you're ready for them. The concept of virtual networking is critically important to your success when it comes to landing a job. The creative space is a relatively small industry. This means that people likely know each other, and as you start to build your network, you're going to discover that people are interconnected. One of the things that I've learned time and time again is that good people know other good people. So building up your network is critically important because this is where your referrals are going to come from. I also suggest that you start to explore your closest connections and look at who they know. If you join a professional network like LinkedIn, as well as Facebook groups and industry forums, you'll start to see the bigger picture. What's going to happen is you will discover that people that you have a relationship with know people that work at other companies that you're interested in. And as you build and nurture these relationships, they're going to be more likely to introduce you. It's not about collecting baseball cards or building a huge LinkedIn network, but it's about building a meaningful network. And pay attention to those that you connect to. If you build up a network that is real world, or people that you have a real world relationship with, they're going to then allow you to connect in the virtual world, and they'll feel quite comfortable introducing you to others. One of the other things that's critically important with this virtual networking is to remember your online manners. It is so easy to get passionate or to lose your cool or to say something unprofessional or glib in an online environment, but this is going to follow you around. Make sure that if you are participating in these online groups, do so tastefully, act professionally, and speak as if you were in the office. It's good to have passion, it's good to have opinions, but remember your manners. Using LinkedIn is a great way to drive job interviews. And it's important that you use the site year-round, not just when you're job hunting. What's going to happen here is you want to connect with people that you know and people that you want to be associated with. This will then start to drive recommendations and other features on the site. After all, once you've made a connection, you should be able to access all of these connections in your network. What's important here is the second-degree connections. This allows you to make an introduction to someone else. So if you know person A and they know person B, it's possible for you to ask for a recommendation. Or if you are using one of the premium LinkedIn plans, you'll be able to reach out directly. These second-degree connections are where almost every business opportunity is going to come from. By knowing folks, you're going to be able to look for people that you know within the companies. If there are job opportunities that you see or companies that you want to work for, make sure you're exploring who you know or who your network knows, and this will make it easy for you to connect. I also strongly suggest that you start to build up a bit of a reputation. By contributing articles to your LinkedIn profile, sharing SlideShare deck presentations, or other useful posts, you'll start to build up content so when people explore you, they see that you have some depth and professional experience. I also suggest that you take a look at groups. LinkedIn offers some wonderful groups that match your professional interest. You should also look at alumni groups and other relevant groups because this will help you stay connected. Things like LinkedIn Answers and the community are also a great way to be a contributor. Remember, LinkedIn is much more than just having your profile posted online. You want to make sure that you are actively involved and that you are participating in professional discussions. This will lead to opportunities and great connections that can help you line up more job interviews.